Oh, we got it. We got the juggy. Yo, what's up guys? Joe here. Hope all is well. Welcome back to another full PC build guide. We're back at it again. Today we're working with an RTX 4070 and we're gonna be pairing it with an Intel 13th gen processor. The budget we're working with for our build is $1,400. Also guys, be sure to comment below what other budgets you want to see for the build guides and also what kind of components would you like combined. If you see a comment down below of the build you're looking to build that you really want to see a guide on, then thumbs it up. I'll be taking a look at your guys' suggestions. And if you've never built a PC before, you've come to the right place because here we show you how to do everything from start to finish. I don't care if you've never built a PC before, by the end of this video you're gonna know how. Anyways guys, how we do things is first we're gonna go over all the parts and why we picked them, and second we're gonna jump into the build guide. Remember, I don't care if you've never built a PC before, this video will teach you how to. I got you guys fully covered. And then at the end of the video we're gonna put this build to the test against all current popular titles. I'm talking all the esports titles and all the AAA titles as well. So we're gonna know exactly how our build here is gonna perform. All right guys, so before we jump into it, we've covered a bunch of different price points. So if your budget's higher or lower, go check out the channel for the past build guides. But yeah, here we go, the RTX 4070 build guide. Let's jump into it. First, the motherboard we're gonna be using for this build is gonna be an MSI board rocking the B760 chipset. This is in the ATX form factor. And taking a look at it, and as you can see, it's gonna support a lot of stuff. It has a lot of extra PCI lanes if you're gonna be adding extra things, such as a capture card and whatnot. And here are the ports it offers. You can see it has built-in Wi-Fi, and it's just a good looking board overall. So for the price, this was just a really solid choice. So we're gonna go ahead and get out our I/O shield, Wi-Fi antennas if you're gonna be using Wi-Fi. So now the CPU we chose, we went with Intel's i5 13600K. This thing goes for about 300 bucks, and this CPU is gonna support our RTX 4070 very nicely in a lot of titles. It doesn't come with a stock heatsink, so we are gonna be cooling it with an ID cooling heatsink. And yeah, this is a great CPU. It's gonna cover all your needs in gaming, but also content creation, whether you're video editing or streaming. It's a well-rounded CPU, and then this is gonna cool it nicely and also look dope. But you'll find out exactly how this performs later. And for the card, boom, this is an ASUS RTX 4070. It's the OC edition, 12 gigabytes of VRAM is what it's rocking. It's the ASUS Dual, and this was 600 bucks. So what we're gonna be targeting for the benchmarks later is 1440p resolution, of course. And here we have our beautiful RTX 4070. Dun, dun, dun. Woo. Wow, this thing is packaged pretty good. Not bad at all. Very respectable card. Definitely not on the cheap side. This is not a budget card. And at 1440p, we're gonna make sure we test a lot of games, all the new ones, all the popular ones. The 4070 is definitely gonna be pulling off 240 FPS in a good amount of games. And it's a beautiful card, lots of protection. So we're just gonna go ahead and take all this off right now. Matte finish on top. It's a black transparent plastic right here. It only requires 8 pins of juice, and for the video ports, it's your typical 3 display ports, 1 HDMI. And yeah guys, there's our card. We'll set this guy right here for now. Cool, so now let's go over the juice. Boom, 750 watts bronze rated, very well priced power supply, and it's gonna get the job done guys. Reliable power for all our components in this build. Power cable to the wall, and this power supply does have all the cables already connected to it. Not a modular power supply here. And for our RAM, we're gonna be using CORSAIR Vengeance RGB DDR5. This is 32 gigabytes at 1600 megahertz. 2-stick kit, 16 gigs, 16 gigs. So 32 gigs is plenty of RAM. We're fully covered in all our games and for our content creation. These sticks look sick. And for our storage, our very trusty WD Blue 1 terabyte M.2 SSD. Speedy storage at a good price. And now for our final essential component is of course our case. The dogs got to this one again, but this is ANTEC's AX61 Elite. What we're packing here, let's see. I've never worked with this case before, my first time. First impressions, not bad at all. Nice, clean looking case. For the price, it's offering us a lot here. Let's go over it. So, tempered glass side panel, of course. Plenty of airflow in the front. All this is open. Now, if I remove the front cover, this requires force. It always feels like you're gonna break it, but they just snap off. You're all good. Comes with 3 pre-installed RGB LED fans in the front. There's also one in the back as well. Power button. Then we have 3 USB ports up here. And yeah, nice looking case. Simple design, good airflow. Comes with the fans we need already at a good price. All right, guys. So that covers all our essential components. components. Now we're gonna go over all the parts that are totally optional, only for aesthetics. That is, of course, our Funko Pop to give it character. We're going with Boba Fett for this build. This is a dope little Funko. We're always rocking custom sleeve power supply extension cables, our brand creator, so feel free to support us. Pick yourself up a pair of these. Always make the build better looking all the time. It's just a night and day difference what custom cables do. They totally transform how your system looks in comparison to just using these stock cables. All right, guys, so we are ready to do this now. So yeah, total price of our build is right there at $1,400. Before we jump into it, just know that we've covered a wide variety of budgets here on the channel. So if your budget's a little higher or a little lower, be sure to check out the past build guides. But yeah, guys, let's get it done. The RTX 4070 build guide, and then stay tuned till the end where we're gonna frag it up, put our system to the test. Let's do it. First, we're gonna be working with our motherboard and our i5 13600K. So let's get this open. So what we wanna do here is slide the lever to the side and all the way up like that. Lift this up, and now let's take a close look at our i5, and you're going to see a little golden arrow on the bottom left-hand side of it. Now, this is the CPU socket on our motherboard. If we put this back down, you're gonna see an arrow on the bottom left-hand side of our CPU socket. So lift this back up, and you guessed it, we're gonna line up arrow with arrow, just like this. So we're just gonna hover it over, line it up, and drop it into place, and it's gonna sit right in. You can give it a little wiggle if you'd like. It's in. Let me give you guys a closer look so you can see how it's settled inside the CPU socket. All right, we're good to go. Now let's go ahead and lower this back down and push it down even more. Right there, that's where we want it. So this could hold down the top of it, and we're gonna put the lever all the way back down and tuck it in. You're gonna feel some tension. It's normal, you're not breaking anything. That's how it is. Now the CPU is secured, this thing comes right off. Now we're gonna install the heatsink, so let's go ahead and get this open. All right, so our heatsink comes with two beautiful fans, our thermal paste, the heatsink itself. These are attachments for the two fans. And now this is the cable that's gonna connect the two fans to the motherboard. And in here, we're going to be not using these, but using these, okay? So these that go like that right here, toss these to the side. And we're using that. And this little bag that says LGA 1700, we're also going to be using this. And last, these little things right here, we're not gonna use these, okay? We're gonna use the ones in this bag, as I just mentioned. So we're also going to toss these to the side. But the other things that were in the bag we just opened, we're going to use these for. We got a good amount of parts here, but very simple process. Let's do it. First, we're going to get our motherboard and go ahead and turn it around. And this plate is going to go through the back of our board just like that. Lay our board back down. Now we're going to get these out of our LGA 1700 bag, and we're going to put them on top of these 4 points, just like that. Now we're ready to put this little piece here and the other one right here. Next, our thumb screws come into play to secure these two pieces. All right, those are nice and tight. And now we're ready to put on our actual heatsink. But first, we want to remove the protective film right here. All right, that's off. And it is going to sit on top, just like that. Now our heatsink, this part right here, we're going to secure it onto this right here. And then same thing for the other side. So we just line up this thing right there. Both of the sides, same thing for the other side. Boom, and secure. And then on top, and then we screw it in. Okay, so now you guys know what's gonna go on. It's time to apply our thermal paste. We're going to put a pea-sized amount of paste in the middle of our i5. Guys, a closer look, just like that. Now, let me give you guys a different angle. So I'm just gonna line it up and set it down on those 2 points and start securing it. I just wanna get one of the sides to just attach. So I've just gotten this side to attach, but I'm not gonna tighten it down all the way because I still need to make room for the other side. Let me go ahead and flip the board all the way around because not too much light right there for you guys. So now I'm gonna get the other side attached. The reason I'm doing this is because if you fully tighten one side all the way first, it's gonna be really hard to get the other one to secure down. And there we go, both sides are attached. Now I'm gonna finish securing them. I'm just gonna keep turning till my screwdriver stops. There you go, this side is good. Now the other side right here, guys. Turning till the screwdriver stops. There we go. And that's a nicely secured heatsink. That was fairly simple, right, guys? Okay, so now let's get our fans on here, and we're gonna put our first one. We want them to be in the position where they're blowing air from the right side out to the back of the case on our left over here. So for the first fan, you should be able to see the sticker, not this side. And how they attach onto here, again, I'm gonna put the ISO up. So how we're gonna secure the fan is we're gonna stick these things to the 2 holes of the fan, just like that, right here and right here. And then when we set it on our heatsink, this part right here is just gonna clip onto the heatsink like that, guys. Hopefully it's not too hard to see, but yeah, this metal part just clips into here. We're gonna do the same thing for the other side. So put first one through here and do the same thing for the bottom hole, and just gonna pull it up and clip it into here just like that. Now the first fan is secured and this cable is wired down here where we want it to be. Okay, cool, so that fan's not going anywhere. Now for the left side of the heatsink, we're gonna put our second fan. This time we do want this sticker to be on the heatsink, and what we're gonna be seeing this time is the other side of the sticker that was covered up last time, and that is because that is a position for it to keep blowing the air this way. And we're gonna secure it the same way we did with the first fan. Put these things through, clip this in right there. Good, good, good. Let's turn it around. Same thing. Get that into both of the holes. I'm gonna have this down here. Having this cable down there where I want it. All right. And now this is the other one. I'm gonna get this cable down here where I want it. Pull this in, clip it in. Cool. There it is. This is what we want. It is a pretty big heatsink, guys. So it's gonna keep our i5 13600K nice and cool. This heatsink looks cool, guys. Looks dope. Now we need this little cable, and it is a 2-to-1 adapter. So what that means is we're gonna connect both of the fans to this little splitter, just like that, right? And then the other end is then gonna connect the 2 fans to our motherboard. And we're going to hook it up. Right here is labeled CPU fan, in very small text underneath it. We're going to plug it in right there. It should look just like that. And we have a lot of cables here that we're going to want to tuck in and clean up later, but I'll just let it hang like that for now. All right, so our CPU is fully installed. Cool. Now we're gonna install our RAM. This is simpler than the CPU. So when installing our RAM, we're gonna first get the levers on the 2nd slot all the way back and the levers on the 4th slot all the way back. Now we're gonna line up the RAM where it's indented with the part on the RAM slot that's not indented. So our Vengeance text is gonna be facing us. We're gonna drop it in and then push down with both thumbs. Both of these levers are gonna clip back up just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing for our 2nd stick, which goes on the 4th RAM slot. And we're doing this so the RAM could run in dual channel mode. We have 2 sticks. There we go, RAM installed. Cool. Now the installation of our storage. So this little guy right here is gonna go here. So we're gonna wanna get a 0 screwdriver and unscrew both of these screws. Okay, and don't lose these little screws. Go ahead and remove the M.2 heatsink. So as you can see, we're gonna slide in the M.2 right here, just like that. But when it's going down on this, we want to, let me take this off to show you. There's this piece right here that's gonna secure the SSD. But right now we don't want it in the way, so let's slide it towards the left side like that. Put in your M.2 SSD, put this all the way down. It's gonna fall down like that, and we're going to secure it with this piece like that. See how we did that there? There we go. Now before we put the heatsink back on, you wanna first remove this protective film. And there you go. Set this thing back on and re-secure it. There we go, guys. M.2 installed. So now we are ready to put our motherboard inside of our case. So first thing, let's go ahead and remove the front and back panels. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and go to the back, and the screws in the motherboard standoffs are in here. Go ahead and get your I/O shield that came with the motherboard, and we're going to put it inside the case and clip it into the back right here. Make sure that the 3 circles are facing down. So now the back of the motherboard is going to be sealed from the outside of the case, and only the ports are going to pop up. Now we're going to lay our case down. So now when installing any motherboard inside a case, you want to make sure that the motherboard standoffs inside the case are in the appropriate position to line up with the points of the motherboard to secure it correctly. So before we put our motherboard in, we're just going to be adding 2 standoffs. I have a 5mm nut driver here. I'll link it in the video description. Secure our first standoff right here. We're gonna put the next one here. Next, we're gonna relocate this one over to here. And it should look like that. I'm gonna go ahead and circle where we have standoffs. It's a total of 8. Now we're ready to get our motherboard in there. So first thing we want to do is line up the ports with the I/O shield. So let's get these fan cables. The cables of this fan, you don't want them underneath the motherboard. So let's go ahead and like lift them up here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna slide my motherboard in there. And I'm just making sure the ports line up, and there you go. I got my ports lined up good, and my motherboard is now laying flat. I'm gonna line up the middle point, the middle standoff. And we're gonna be securing it with this screw that came with the case. So let me line it up again. Push my board a little bit to the left. There we go. Okay, so this is secure. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the 7 remaining standoffs. There we go. And our motherboard's secure. Let's go ahead and highlight all of them. So 3 right there and 5 down there. Cool, guys. So let's go ahead and sit our case back up. All right, guys, now it's time to install our juice. It's gonna go right here. So make sure that the power supply fan is facing down, and we're gonna slide it into here and secure it with the 4 screws it came with. These screws also come with the case. Now, another thing that I want to do is, since we're in the year 2023 and this is not a NAS server, I want to remove the hard drive cage. So from the bottom, I'm just going to unscrew it to release it. I remove the hard drive cages because I don't use hard drives anymore. So removing this will then give us more space inside the case to cable manage. But now I'm going to be connecting the power supply extension cables. I'm going to be using the big 24-pin one, which is going to go to our big 24-pin plug. So originally, we would have hooked this up directly from the power supply to the motherboard to power it. Now instead, this hooks up to the extension, and then this hooks up to the motherboard to power it. So this is what we're gonna have on display instead of the stock cable. It's gonna look super clean. We still have to throw on our cable combs on here too to clean up this cable. We'll do that in a sec. Now go ahead and take a look at our RTX 4070. Remember, it only requires 8 pins of juice, right? So we're going to be connecting our PCI Express extension cable, and these are identified by the split. It splits the 8 into 6 plus 2. As you can see, I'm gonna reconnect them, and I'm gonna use this other side that's gonna hook up to. So we found a cable from our power supply that is labeled PCI Express. As you can see, 6 plus 2. So let's go ahead and connect that and connect it to the extension cable. Boom. Now this is gonna give it juice, and it's gonna plug into our 4070 later. And that's it. Those are the only extensions I'm using for this build. Little time lapse of me combing these. All right, guys, so now we're ready to start plugging in cables. I know we have a lot of cables here. It could be a little intimidating for a first timer, but it's really simple. We're gonna break all our cables down into 3 groups. The first group of cables is gonna be all our power cables from the power supply that are gonna power things. Our second group of cables is all our case cables. These connect the power button, the USB ports of our case to the motherboard. The third group of cables is all the lighting and the fans of our build. All right, so let's start it off with power cables. All right, guys, the first cable we're going to be connecting is our big 24-pin power cable. We want this clip on the right side. So I'm gonna line it up straight and push it all the way till it clips. All right, we're good, it's in. Now I'm gonna take some time to just clean up the cable, and that is looking good. Go ahead and get all of these out of the way already. These are the cables that are connecting the fans of our heatsink to the motherboard. There, just tuck that up there for now. Take a look in here, guys. This is where we're going to plug in the CPU power cable. So I have our CPU power cable from the power supply. Very easy to find because it's labeled CPU. We wanna have this clip on top. So I'm gonna line it up and push it in. Then I'm gonna hear a little clip. Let me show you guys how it looks. So it clipped from the top, and we plugged it into the 8-pin CPU, so to the left. Now our last power cables for our RTX 4070, we're gonna set this to the side for now. Now moving on to our second group of cables, our case cables. So we're right here in the bottom of our motherboard. We're gonna plug in the cables by slipping them through here. But as you can see, there's not a lot of clearance right there because of the power supply. So I'm going to simply unscrew our power supply. There we go. Now we can just move it out of the way for a second. Okay. Now the first cable we're plugging in is our HD audio cable, all the way over here in the left side of our board. It only goes in one way with the HD audio text of the cable facing up. Should look like that. Next, we're gonna be plugging in our USB cable. This one's gonna go right here. Also only goes in one way with the USB text facing down this time. Should look like that. There's also another USB 2.0 plug right to the left side of this. You could have also plugged it in there. It just comes with 2 on this motherboard. Next is all our little JFP1 cables. I'm gonna throw a chart up on the screen to guide us, and it's gonna plug in right here. First, we're gonna hook up our HDD LED cable. Let's turn it around. That little arrow right there, that's the positive side, so that's gonna be on the left. And we're gonna hook it up to the first and second pins on the second row. So look like that. Second is our power LED cables. The positive one goes on the left again. These are gonna hook up to the top row of pins, first and second pins, with the positive one being on that first pin, negative on the second pin. Now right next to that, we're gonna hook up our final cable, the power switch. Doesn't matter what side you plug this cable in, but it's going to be on the top row of pins, third and fourth pins. And there's our finished product, guys. Should look like that. Now, if we go on top, we're going to plug in our final case cable right here. And that is our USB 3 cable. So where we have this hump, that's going to line up on the left side of this plug. So we're gonna line it up straight and then push it. And should look like that. After we're done with the case cables, don't forget to resecure the power supply. Cool, guys, moving on to our third group of cables, our fans and lighting. So here in the back of our case, it's on the top right. After I undo this, we're gonna find ourselves one cable. This is our SATA cable, and this is what's gonna power the fans. So here is a cable from our power supply, the SATA power cable, and they just simply plug into each other just like that. There we go. Now the fans are powered. Now also in this location, we have another cable, and this is a 3-pin RGB cable to control the lighting of the fan back here. So I'm going to wire it through here. Let's go ahead and go to the front, and we want to find ourselves a 3-pin RGB header on our motherboard and plug it in. Cool. All right, that's that. We're done plugging in all the cables of our PC. Now I'm going to install our Crater RGB LED kit, which is totally optional. It comes with 2 strips. I always put one on the top and on the side. Like I said, these are fully customizable. They will add so much more light inside your build. So the inside of your build will stand out a lot more. We secure them with strong magnetic attachments, and they connect directly to our motherboard. We then control these strips with software inside our desktop. So let me go ahead and get those in there real quick. If you want to check these out, I'll post a link to them in the video description, as well as all the other components we use here today. All right, guys, now it's time to install our RTX 4070. First, we got to make room for it. So unscrew this. We're going to want to remove the second bracket by pushing it in, and then up, down, up, down, up, down, come right off. And then also the third bracket. Same thing. Push it up, down, up, down. All right, now we're going to line up our card with our first PCI slot. Make sure the lever's back. And once we have our card lined up, we're gonna push in. And the clip will clip back up. And there we go. Now we just need to secure it. I'm gonna be using these screws that came with the case. Still had these little protective things on there for the ports, so get those out of there. All right, now we add this piece back on. Last, I'm gonna power it. So I'm gonna wire cable from down here and clip it in. Boom, and we are done. Plugging in all the cables. Gonna clean up this cable, and it looks super sick. All right, guys, congratulations if you were following along. This is your first build. Awesome, good job. Now I just need to install our Funko Pop, cable manage the back, put the panels back on. Let's do that. All right, guys, we're done. Okay, first boot up. Plug in the juice. Look how clean that system looks, guys. Look how clean that system looks. It's a beauty, very clean. I can see the front right here. The fans look dope. Oh, look how cool, a lot of little Christmas set lights look on it right now. Very nice, what a grand moment. Let me get a close up. So the computer just turned off. That's normal. When you boot up a PC for the first time, it'll restart like that. Look at that. Look how sick that build came out. Colors are on point. We got our 2 strips right there. Remember, we can fully customize all the lighting inside of our build. Boba Fett's right there looking like a G. Super clean looking build, guys. Looks sick. Awesome, guys. Look at this build. This is an awesome case. Nice job, guys. Now it's time to install an operating system on here. We're gonna install Windows 11 from a USB flash drive. I made a video on how to do that for free. It's linked in the video description. Then next, we need to install all the drivers to make sure everything's up to speed. I've also made a video on how to do that, linked in the video description. Remember, all the parts we use for this build will be linked in the video description. And remember, let me know what other price points you want to see covered for the build guides and what combination of components, what CPU and GPU do you guys want to see. If I see you guys want to see a specific combination of parts a lot, I'll definitely do a build guide on it. But yeah, now it's time to put this guy to the test. Let's do it. Alright guys, time for some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. 1440p resolution, reflex is an on plus boost. Here are the quality settings. Nvidia DLSS is set to quality, and the rest for the FOV, it's to the max 120. Let's do it. Alright, here we go, gentlemen. No mercy. Ready, soap. Oh, we got it! We got the juggy! Oh! I'm a juggernaut, boy! Oh, yeah, baby! Woo, good job, boys! That was awesome. We achieved our goal. We got the Juggernaut kill streak. All right, guys, Warzone 2, also 1440p res. For the quality settings, here they are. Nvidia DLSS is once again on balance. The view, 120, max FOV. Let's do it. Wish me luck, brothers. This is risky as heck, dude. Alright, next game. Settings for Counter-Strike 2. 1440p res. Here are the video settings. Let's do it. What up, brothers? Woo! Let's go, my team! Yeah! Watch this no scope. Watch this no scope. Performance was good. Next game. Settings for Halo Infinite. 90 FOV, 1440p resolution. We have it on the medium graphics preset, and the rest of the settings down here. Let's do it. We got this. Let's do this. I love this map. Oh my goodness. It's high ground from Halo 3. One flag. I used to love this game mode. Let's win. It's alright, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. Haha, sucker. Oh, double kill, boy. Let's get that triple. This guy's gotta go. There we go. Alright, we defended that round good. Flag, touch the flag though. Yeah! Woo! We did it. Alright, we're winning. Out of my base. Oh, there. Oh. Alright, it's a tie game, match point. Alright, guys, come on, run that. Got it, we got it. Yeah, we got it. Slide it in. Woo! Victory! Performance was good. 99% utilization on RTX 4070 the whole time. All good. Next game. Settings for Apex Legends. 1440p res, max FOV 110. Reflex is on enable plus boost. Here are the rest of the settings. Here we go. Here we go, Bear Squad. Gonna bring home the W. Get one! That's good. Last one. No! Someone else got the knife kill. We were close. Next game. Settings for Fortnite. 1440p. We have it on performance mode. Here are the rest of the settings. This looks promising. Oh, that guy's gonna land on the gun, isn't he? Yep, already did. Come on. This guy's gonna kill us. No. Oh, fudge, dude. I just trapped myself, bro. Oh, we got him. Does this get us up there? Oh my god, no! Oh, we're at over 400 FPS though. Some good performance. Oh, shoot, bro. Oh my god, work. Oh my goodness. All right, moving on to the next one. Settings for the new Arc Ascended. 1440p res. Here are the rest of the settings. Let's test it out. Okay, I like what I'm seeing so far. All right, so at 1440p, medium graphic settings, performance is pretty good. We're getting 100 FPS, 90 FPS. So yeah, guys, I do not play this kind of genre of games. So our benchmark is simply gonna be running around here, running around the Arc universe. It's my first time in the Arc Snow, and oh my god, it's a Willy Mammoth! And we're using a good amount of RAMs, 16 gigs of RAM pretty much. All right, we're going to drop down the resolution to 1080p in a little bit. But let's just keep testing out 1440p here. What is wrong with you? Let's go. We have a battle. Where are you going, boy? Parkour. Could you do this though? Why does he have so much health, man? What the? Oh, snap, he got us. But yeah, guys, this world is beautiful. Anyways, guys, we're gonna jump in the water and then we're gonna switch it over to 1080p. Whoa. Sick. When we drop it down to 1080p, we may see a bit of a bump, but is it gonna be worth it? It does make the game quite a bit smoother. You know what? If I were to play this game, I would play it at 1080p because it is way smoother. All right, little swim test. Whoa! It's a T-Rex, I believe. What's your name, dude? All right, guys, well, that was fun. Next game. Settings for Rainbow Six Siege, 1440p, 90 FOV. Here are the graphics settings. Let's do it. That's a wrap for our RTX 4070 build. It performs amazing. Remember, guys, check out the channel for previous build guides if your budget's higher or lower. Also, comment down below what other kind of build guides you'd like to see, what combination of parts. Remember, there's a sale on creatorhq.com right now. All our creator tees are on sale. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.